Gu Tianlin saw that he immediately wanted to destroy someone's holy land and advised, there's no need for that. Just make her apologize and admit her mistake. He immediately replied, even in the upper realm, no one dares to challenge the dignity of the Gu family so easily. She must pay for her words. In the sky, Tianlin's parents were assessing the situation, to want to destroy someone's power just because of a single sentence, still as ruthless as ever. But his relationship with Tianlin. Yao Yu turned to Li Tu and stammered, Sir. Li Tu understood and said, there's no need for that, friend. Yao Yu was just speaking out of anger. It's not worth starting a war over something so trivial. The elder jumped out and roared, nonsense. You're just a useless son-in-law, and you dare speak to young Master Chang'e like this? Do you think you're important? Gu Chang'e thought to himself, this old man is flattering too much. Then he asked, so, what's your plan? Are you going to stand up for the Huangyue Holy Land? Or are you the person beyond the people, she mentioned? Li Tu calmly replied, friend, one should be more tolerant. No one can guarantee that what they see is the vast heavens and not a frog in a well. I hope, for my sake, you'll let Yao Yu off this time. Just as Gu Chang'e began to say, the elder interrupted, who are you? You think young Master Chang'e will give you face? You're asking for death. Seeing him interrupt, Gu Chang'e immediately fell silent. The second elder couldn't help but charge forward, gathering lightning in his hand, ready to strike. Today, let me teach you a lesson for young Master Chang'e. Yao Yu anxiously shouted, Sir, be careful. He's at the great saint level. Li Tu also raised his hand in response, if I were you, I wouldn't try to attack me. As the elder attacked, Li Tu muttered some incantation, creating a protective array. The old man was sent flying, crying in pain, ah. Sienna shouted, second grandpa. Seeing the old man flying towards them, the brothers immediately moved aside. As a result, the old man fell on his back. The brothers pretended to care and asked, Elder, are you all right? Sienna was shocked and said, he actually managed to easily block the second elder's attack. Sienna also asked, isn't second grandpa in the great sage realm? The rune's bright light shot straight into the sky. The ancestor of the Shen family sighed, the light of the rune reaching the sky means this is someone the Shen family shouldn't mess with. It's a pity it's the Gu family they're up against. In another place, the two saw this scene and laughed out loud, ha ha ha. The two men, both missing an eye, one of them said, I knew it. How could the master have been lost in that battle? Order my command, all the elders of the Tianxing sect, go meet the master's return. In another place, two girls were tangled up in bed, noticing the light. The two also realized, this aura is. Yes, it's the one who has already returned. Quick, get dressed. Our Baihe sect can't be slower than other forces. Thunder rumbled in the sky, and dark clouds gathered. At the Emperor Moon's sacred land, a huge lightning bolt struck, and a voice said, by order, the young master has come to destroy the Emperor Moon's sacred land. Many cultivators were shocked, saying, what happened to the Emperor Moon's sacred land? Looks like they're about to be wiped out. They must have offended someone they shouldn't have. Sigh, we need to be more low-key, the aura of those powerful beings is too strong now. Li Tu, seeing this, said, young people shouldn't be too arrogant. I was just like you back in the day, but being too rigid can lead to breaking, and this situation has fault on both sides. Why force others too much? Gu Chang'e replied, oh, fault on both sides. Sienna carries the bloodline of the Gu family, she's my sister. And how could my sister be wrong? Sienna, hearing him say that, was also surprised and stared at him wide-eyed. Hearing his unreasonable argument, Li Tu was speechless. Then he said, what a Gu family young master, who doesn't make sense. Gu Chang'e didn't care, he replied, then. Before he finished, the second elder, still unsatisfied, jumped out to interrupt, pointing and shouting. How dare you? The title of Young Master Changa should be addressed as Young Master or Young Master Sir. Seeing the old man flattering too much, Gu Changa was also speechless. The old man continued without paying attention. A son-in-law, no need for young Master Changa to act, I'll personally suppress him. Gu Changa raised his hand and gestured, leave it to you. The old man knew he had said too much, but still had to respond. Without saying more, the old man laughed madly as he rushed forward, ha ha ha. Sienna frowned. It seemed the old man was beaten like a dog, and sure enough, he flew as fast as he was hit. When he fell back, blood kept pouring from his mouth. Li Tu had just made a move, his face still calm as ever, as if nothing had happened, it was just a casual act. He sneered, unaware of your limits, this is what you brought upon yourself. Sienna was still shocked seeing him make another move. What kind of secret technique is this? Sienna speculated. Maybe it's not a secret technique, but runes like I once saw in the ancient books of the Tianlan realm. The ancestor of the Shen family also realized that. Is that the battle rune lost for hundreds of years? A special method of gathering battle intent by merging with heaven and earth. Once, a powerful person dominated the 8 wastelands and 10 domains, and he had the battle rune. After that person died, the battle rune was lost. So calm, could it really be the legendary person? Over here, Gu Changa also took out a blood-colored pill. He immediately threw it to the old man who had been beaten. The old man recognized it and said, 9-turn great rejuvenation. Pill. Many thanks, young Master Changa, I am incompetent and have lost your face. Gu Changa replied, it's not your fault. Although you've broken through to the quasi-supreme realm, you still couldn't break his technique. After hearing Gu Changa's explanation, Li Tu sighed, as expected of the descendants of the Gu family. They have a good eye. But their style of doing things is a bit like that of the evil sections. Gu Changa didn't mind his words and said indifferently, looks like I'll have to make a move myself. At this moment, many experts flew over from the distance, and the blind old man laughed loudly, ha ha ha, the Shen family is indeed bold, daring to make things difficult for the Lord. They really don't deserve to exist anymore. Someone nearby then said, the Lord is your family's son-in-law, what are you? How dare you break off the engagement? The Shen family's ancestor was also surprised when he saw these people fly over, Heavenly Saber Holy Sect. Lily Heaven Sect, and the ancestor of the Bai family, do you dare to trespass into my Shen family? Yao Yu, seeing the reinforcements arrive, confidently said, these are some of the most renowned experts in the Tianlan realm. This is the Lord's foundation. Li Tu couldn't help but laugh, ha ha ha, these people have come at the perfect time. The newly arrived people saw Li Tu and immediately cupped their fists, Heavenly Saber Holy Sect, Lily Holy Sect, Huanglanman by family. We pay our respects to Lord Zhangqian. We pay our respects to Lord Zhangqian. What the hell, did they take the wrong medicine? Zhangqian. I heard that the mighty figure who swept the 8 desolations and 10 domains has long since died, right? At this moment, the old man was already sweating profusely. Upon hearing this, Nanwan and Sienna also recognized it, and both exclaimed in unison, that's an existence beyond the Tao. Seeing the shocked expressions of the others, Li Tu smiled and asked, how about we end this here? What do you think, young Master Changa? Gu Changa, after hearing this, took out a steaming item and retorted, end it here? It depends on whether this thing is willing. As soon as the weapon was taken out, it emitted a shocking spark. Li Tu thought he had the advantage, but when Gu Changa took out the heated object, he immediately broke out in sweat and blurted, Imperial Qi. The blind old man and the others immediately realized something and exclaimed, we're doomed. Without hesitation, Gu Changa swung his knife at the blind old man and his group, saying to them, as expected, a group of trash. With one swing, he easily sent them to the abyss of pain. In the sky, only the saber chi cut by Gu Changa remained, and the others had vanished without a trace. Yao Yu had been so proud just now, but now she was so shocked that she opened her mouth, unable to say anything. After Gu Chang'e finished cutting with his saber, he calmly said, "They came quickly, and they left just as quickly." Nan. Juan was also stunned, thinking, he sent them all off with one move. Xian'er then observed him, he seems even stronger. Li Tu began to get nervous. He hurriedly spoke, "Young Master Gu, regarding today's matter, I." Before he could finish, Gu Chang'e charged forward and swung his 80-centimeter-long saber. Li Tu, though surprised, quickly activated his rune shield, but it quickly shattered. The shield was soon shattered, and the blade was already pressed against the Zhan character on his forehead. Nothing unexpected happened. Li Tu was struck in the forehead with a single slash and flew backward, blood splattering everywhere. Before he could fall to the ground, Gu Chang'e stretched out his hand and pulled him back. Then he placed his hand on Li Tu's head, and Li Tu could only widen his eyes, unable to do anything. Zhao Chang'e spoke, still spitting blood. "Good acting. Tell me, how did you survive? I'm very interested in this matter." Upon hearing Zhao Chang'e's quick realization, Li Tu was once again filled with even more surprise. Li Tu then smiled and said, "You actually discovered it. I underestimated you, but if you want to kill me, then kill me. It's my bad luck. I won't say anything." Zhao Chang'e remained expressionless and didn't speak. Suddenly, a scream, like that of a pig being slaughtered, came from Li Tu's day. At that moment, he was being touched by Zhao Chang'e on the head, and his body began to slowly crack open. Zhao Chang'e said, "I can use the Super Soul technique." Soon after, Li Tu's body exploded into a puddle of blood. Tian Ni and Xian Ni exclaimed, "He's dead, dead." While Yao Yu shouted, "War Immortal Lord." Zhao Chang'e was also surprised, thinking, this mortal body is too fragile. With just a bit of Super Soul technique, it couldn't withstand it. The soul's maintenance area probably needs further investigation with the Hongmeng Zijian. Tian Ni ran over and asked Zhao Chang'e, did he really die so simply? He replied, he was already dead. She asked in confusion, "What do you mean?" The ancestor of the Shen family also asked in confusion, "Please explain, young master." Zhao Chang'e said, "This person was already dead, but his corpse still retained some of his consciousness from when he was alive. Over the years, that consciousness slowly recovered, then separated a thought that formed this body to move in the world." Saying this, he pushed Tian Ni's head aside. Not noticing, she still asked, "Are you saying that even after he died, he could self-recover using a fragment of his consciousness?" Xian Ni said in disbelief, "Is this the power of transcending Tao?" Zhao Chang'e continued, "If he recovered to his peak, it would indeed be troublesome." The ancestor of the Shen family sighed and thought, the vast world is limitless. Any powerful being can easily crush the countless forces of our Tianlong realm. Cultivation has no end. One cultivates until death. Just then, Zhao Chang'e's subordinate returned to report, "Master, as per your orders, the Huangyue Holy Land has been destroyed, and no one escaped." Yao Yu could no longer stand and fell directly to the ground, terrified, shouting, "The War Immortal Lord is gone, and the Huangyue Holy Land is no more. It's gone." She cried out, not knowing whether it was joy or sorrow, and kept laughing, "Ha ha ha." Tian Ni saw Zhao Chang'e's 80-centimeter-long sword and went over to request, "This sword looks quite unique. Come, give it to me." Zhao Chang'e glared at her and replied, "Do you think I'm a fool?" Xian Ni now had a different view of Zhao Chang'e, thinking, he's actually a very protective person. I really shouldn't listen to others so casually. Tian Ni once again rushed over to touch it but was pushed aside by Zhao Chang'e. "Let me see it. Please, don't be so stingy. I just want to take a look." He refused, "Want to learn my moves? Do you think I'm as foolish as you?" Tian Ni's parents, seeing this, were speechless, just looking at each other. After a while, the two of them also left, their faces cold, without speaking. Tian Ni, standing by, broke into a cold sweat and didn't speak. She secretly glanced to the side. At this point, everyone sat down to talk, and Zhao Chunga broke the silence first. Uncle Shen is truly skilled in tea ceremony. Tian Ni's mother responded, young Master Zhao Chunga flatters me, I don't deserve it. He then said, actually, I came here just to see that little girl. I had no other intentions. If uncle and aunt mind. Before he finished, his uncle interrupted, young Master Zhao Chunga is joking. How could we mind? Shen's aunt then spoke, after all these years, young Master Zhao Chunga's strength has reached a level we can't even comprehend. Truly worthy of being the heir of the Zhao family. Xian and I transmitted a message, sister, the atmosphere seems a bit awkward. Tian and I replied, I know. After a moment of tension, Zhao Chunga stood up, stretched, and said, all right, if there's nothing else. I'll leave now. Whether you stay at the Shen family or the Zhao family, you can stay wherever you like. As he was leaving, he said, I'll find an opportunity to go to Peach Village and visit Little Yao. Tian and I quickly replied. Actually, I don't have much going on here. I was planning to return to the village to see Master and everyone. Then Sienna chased after them, and the couple exchanged surprised looks. Gu Changde turned around and took out a book, handing it to Sienna, saying, by the way, I heard Sienna is dedicated to the Tao. So I just happen to have a jade slip with many mysterious techniques. Consider it a gift. I'll give it to you, as a brother. Sienna replied, this can't be. But while she refused with her mouth, her hand reached out. Sienna encouraged her, saying, Sienna, just take it, he has a lot of good things. After receiving it, she said, Sienna thanks young Master Chang'e. He immediately corrected her, young Master Chang'e is what others call me. Just call me brother. Then he gently rubbed her head and continued, the jade slip also contains a jade pendant, which is my token. If you ever want to cultivate in the heavenly realm, you can use it to contact me. Or if you encounter danger, you can use it to summon me. No one dares to bully you in the myriad realms. She blushed and responded, thank you, brother. Gu Chang'e smiled with satisfaction and said, Sienna is really well behaved, unlike some people. Sienna widened her eyes and stood still, as she noticed, it seems someone was talking behind my back. In the Shen family's grand hall, an elder rushed in to report, ancestor. The ancestor snorted and asked, what happened? The elder wiped his sweat, sighed in relief, and replied, he's gone. People nearby also sighed in relief, finally gone, it was suffocating. The ancestor immediately instructed, from now on, treat Sienna's parents with more courtesy. We really cannot afford to offend him. The scene shifted to another place, where there were high mountains and white clouds. Sienna asked, aren't we going to Peach Village? Why are we stopping here? Gu Chang'e replied, this is a divine item that can calculate the heavenly secrets. Before we go back, I need to settle the matter with Li Tuesday. Do you want him to take revenge on the Shen family? Sienna asked in confusion, calculate the heavenly secrets. Gu Chang'e immediately said, don't get any ideas. She replied, I'm just asking, why are you so stingy? After a while, the scene gradually appeared, and Sienna couldn't help but be surprised, what is this? Gu Chang'e confirmed, this is the place near the Boundary Sea Monument. From the screen, they saw an old man stepping out from a spatial rift, angrily saying, Gu Chang'e. Shen family. Sienna asked in confusion, is this the old man who saved my grandfather and ancestor back then? Is he Li Tu's master? Gu Chang'e agreed and added, he didn't save those two old men out of kindness. Alright, we found the place. Let's go see. The scene shifted to a secret chamber. The old man was walking in here. He knelt in front of a coffin and said, Master. I almost brought Lord Zhanxian back to the mortal world, and when that happens, I will erase the Shen family from the Tianlan realm. Suddenly, the coffin emitted a suction force, drawing the green smoke from the incense burner in the old man's hand. Then a voice came from the coffin, you've done well these years. The old man asked again, Master, what about the grudge with Gu Chang'e? The voice from the coffin answered again, don't worry about that for now. The Gu family is not easy to deal with. I need to focus on gathering a new body and slowly recovering my peak strength. Besides, my enemies probably already know that I have been